Hi, this is Kate from Izzalicious Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make my little seahorse. Now, my 5-year-old, who is an expert on everything, has told me that I've categorically used the wrong colours to do a seahorse, that I should be using pink and purple. So those are the colours that we're going to be using today. She's never seen a seahorse, but she knows everything there is to know about them. So, what you're going to need are 3 colours of your choice. I'm going to use jelly bands, which is terribly brave because I find them really slippery. We're going to need some beads for eyes. So the choices that I have are going to either be the mini pony beads, which are called E-beads, which are these larger ones, or these little seed beads, which I believe are a size 6 seed bead, and I'm going to be using those today. But if you don't have them, then the little pony beads, the E-beads, would work. I use, to thread these, I use a metal threader, and I do have a video on how to make one of these from a twisty tie on YouTube, and I find them really handy. And the way you do it is you put your band through like that, and then you just thread them through the bead like that. So we will need to do that, and we're going to start off by making the little fins that go on the side here of his body. So we can do those on a single loom, and it doesn't take very many bands. What we're going to do, we need 2. So what we're going to do is double band, and you're going to have 2 bands that you place over the pegs as one. That's what double banding is. And my offset is that columns 1 and 3 are the same height. The middle column is 1 step in. So we have 3 down here, and then we're going to have another 1 just here. Now you need to have an end cap on this, and it needs to be a tight one. So we're going to do it once. Oops, I'm never very good at doing end caps. Twice. I usually do them on my fingers 3 times and 4 times. But I normally only do an end cap 3 times. I think if I had to do it 4 times on my fingers would go black and fall off. So that's how we do it. Grabbing a hook, you're going to go under the end cap. It will be quite tight. And as I said, I'm using jelly bands, which I don't normally work with. Grab the 2 bands at the bottom, but hold the end cap so it doesn't flip off. Loom up. Now, what we're going to do is loom across to here. Alright, and this one will loom up, and this one will loom up. We're going to grab this one off and place it like that. Okay, then grab these 2 and loom up. You're going to leave these on a holding hook. So I'm going to use my metal hook and just take those off, and that is 1 little fin. So we'll do the same on the other side. Go under the end cap, hold the end cap in place, lift the 2 bands, and we're going across. Instead of going up, we're going across. Grab these 2 and up, grab these 2 and up. Then we're going to put these on this loom, on this peg, sorry. Like that. Grab the 2 bottom bands and hook them up. And again, we're going to put it on our holding hook. Like that. Okay, so those are his little side fins. Now we need to make our loom bigger. We need it to be 5 columns across. And the offset will be 1, 2 and 5 will be the same height. 3 and 4 are going to be lower. So let's do that. This is one I've already done. Let's do this. So I'm lucky enough to have 4 looms. you will need 2 looms to do this. And the way that we're going to put them together, use the back of your Rainbow Loom hook. I actually never hook with it, I only use it to grab these off. You're going to need 5 columns. So, and you're also going to want to make sure that all of your columns are facing the same way. There's nothing worse than you've put it all together, you've put all your bands on, and you realise that one column is facing the other way. That's just not good. So that's the offset that we want, and we want to make sure that our columns are all facing the right way. So I've put 3 on, I still need to add these 2. I'm going to flip this over and add one here and one here. I'll turn that back over and make sure that it's above. I'll press those down firmly. I'm going to put another one here, and I'm going to put the little ones either side here and at the bottom here to secure everything in place. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. 2 little ones, 2 big ones, 2 little ones. Alright, so we're going to start with our looming. Looming. Yeah, let's loom, there's nothing here. Okay, I haven't had a coffee yet. We're going to start placing our bands. And as per the Izzalicious one, my daughter Izzy, we're going to do it purple and pink. I don't know if you know the background of Izzalicious. Izzy is my little girl, she's 5 years old, and she's delicious. So I had to call the thing Izzalicious. We're double banding, which means, as I said, you take 2 bands and you place them as one. I'm going to move this one across here like that, so that we've got the head. Now, to do the snout, what you need to do is get a double band, wrap it once and twice, then get another double band and slide those onto it. And instead of just reclaiming it like that, we're going to splay it out. So we need to find the 2 ends of the same band. And how you do that is when you get 2 together and pull it out. If you can see that there's a hole between there, I'm trying to make it so you can see. There you go. Like a little tunnel, you know you've got the same bands. Put your hook through on the same band and take the one nearest to you up and over and drop. Okay, now these are jelly bands, so they're a bit slippery, so I'm going to leave one on the other hook. Do the same the other side, the one closest to you up and off and drop, and then reclaim it on your hook like that. Okay, next what we're going to do is take 2 bands and slide that onto it like so, Gosh, that's a bit tight on the old snout there. And 2 more bands. Slide it on, and instead of recapturing the end like that, we're going to keep them open and we're going to place them on this peg here and here, like that. And this is going to be his little snout. Okay. Trying to make it so it's not so tight. There we go. Okay, now we're going to start with the shape of his body. We're going to get a big stretch across here now, like that. Another little stretch. Then we go 2 pegs down here. Oops. There we go. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to go across and down, down 3, so 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go across from here to here, up from here to here, and that's our little curly tail. Now we need to do his little tummy, so I'm going to choose pink to do that. Starting from the head. Now when we're here, we really need to put his little fin on so that it can go the other side. So what we're going to do is pop one of our fins on here. I'm going to flip it round so that it's sort of underneath the other band, this purple band, because this is the band. We want this one to go the other side, okay? And then we'll put our other band here, but we want our other fin to go on top. So that one is going to go on top of this pink band, like that. Now, it is a bit of a tight squeeze, so make sure you push everything down, okay? And we get one more down here, and then we start to come across like so, one to here. If you can see that your bands are twisted, just push a hook around and twirl it around a bit, and it sort of unhooks. Now I'm going to do a purple band from here to here. 2, we're still double banding. Alright. Now what we need to do is some crossover bands to tie it all together, because as you can see there's absolutely nothing tying these together. Okay, so we're going to use a single purple band, stretch it, figure 8, loop it on itself, and put it from here to here. There we go. I'm going to use a pink band So stretch it on itself, figure 8, and loop it, and there we go. Now we're going to do a triangle here, and I'm not going to double loop it, I'm just going to put the triangle like that. The same here, but, oh, I need pink, not purple, silly me. I'm going to go under the little fin, and lift that fin up a bit, not so high that he is going to flip off the peg, but just make sure that it's under there. So we'll keep going. We're going to do another pink one here, figure 8, and loop it there, and here. Oops. And up here, and we're good here. Okay, I am going to do a purple band across like that, and we're going to try and put our eyes in as well, and I think we're going to do our eyes from there to there, and we need 2 sets of eyes. From there to there. Push those bands down. Okay, now what we need to do are the knobbly bits that go, if you have a look here, I've got some knobbly bits that go here, and then we have the big fin at the back, and I'm going to use this same colour to do that. So get your third colour, and for these ones all you're going to do is take your hook, wrap it once and twice, and put on a band. And I'm going to take the band, stretch it, figure 8, and slide it on like that. Find the other end, and that is a tight little knobbly bit, and I'm going to place them on these here. So there's 1, 2, I'm going to do one more here. And now to do the ones down here, what I did was I took my hook and a single band, and I just, like with the Santa beard, you just put it on and loop it, put it on, loop it, and however many you use is depicted by the space that you have here. So I mean, we've got quite a big space here, so we need quite a few. Oops, come here. That's probably enough. I'm going to take a single band and I'm going to thread these onto it. And then we're going to put one end here and the other end on the other side. Now don't worry if these are all sort of messed up and not the right, because after the fact you can come back and pretty those up. We're going to do the same all the way down here to about this peg here. That's enough. So thread it onto a single band. One end on and the other end on. Now I'm going from here to here. So this is a shorter distance between the pegs, so I don't need as many. I might just use that many for this one. Careful of the little fin. Now from here to here. Oops, no running away. And I'm going to do last one from here to here. Oops, there we go. Let's try that again. In the words of my daughter's 5-year-old best friend Rayleigh, if it goes wrong, just try again. Okay, so let's do a Rayleigh and try again. There we go. Alright, so let's have a look at everything. We've got our knobbly bits, we've got our crossover bands, we've got our eyes and our snout. We have the fins, and we have crossover bands, and we have our tail. We need an end cap here. You always have to have somewhere to start. If I was just to link this over, there'd be nothing to sort of keep it in place. So I'm going to put an end cap on here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we're ready to start with our looming. So we're going to go under the end cap and grab the 2 bands and link them up. Now it does get a bit tricky because you're looping sort of, instead of looping up with this one, we're looping down, and that can get a bit confusing. Go under here and grab the 2 bands and just make sure you're holding the bands above so that they don't become undone. With this one, you're going to go down under those and pull it up and over. Alright, pull it down. Try not to take everything off the loom like I just did. Pull it up and over. And now we're pretty much okay because we're just going to be looming up. But that was the fiddle factor is there. When we're looming here, when we get to here, these bands here were the first on, you know, they're on top. So we need to get these two and loom them up before we do these two which were underneath and loom them over here. Okay? And it's going to be tricky when you're looming these ones in because you need to push these out of the way. But it's okay, we can do this. We're good at this. Okay, so pink up to here. Dig down here and find the purple bands. Now remember, our fins are on a blue band. So dig down, find the two purple bands, pull them up, and pushing those out the way. And you don't have to be too bad about it because we can pull them out the way after the fact. We can put our hook in when we've taken it off the loom, put our hook in and pull these up. So don't worry about it too much. Just make sure that you get the purple bands on the hook. Dig down, find the two purple and loom up. Okay, here we're going to go for these top bands and loom them across and then loom up. Dig down, find the two purple bands and loom them up. Okay. Now with this one, there's lots of bands on here because you've got the fins. You're going to dig all the way down to the bottom and find just the two pink bands and loom them up. Dig down, find the two purple bands and loom them acrossways. Two purple bands all the way up to here. Okay, so see how my bands are on top of all of these little fins, these fin bands? That's fine. Dig down, find the two pink, two purple. Now we just look here at which bands were put on the last. These ones seem to me to be on before the others. So I'm going to dig down and loom these ones first. Push all the bands down. Okay, these ones are next. And then we can loom this up. Similarly, go down, find the two purple and loom them up. And I do have to warn you, jelly bands are slippery little suckers. Again, don't worry about the eyes, we will fix those when we take it off the loom. If things appear tight, put your hook in and move it around the outside of the peg and it loosens things up a bit for you. Okay, we're now going to loom the snout up and we're going to finish. This is going to be our peg to tie it off on. Dig down, find the two purple bands and loom up. Two purple bands and loom up. Okay, we have everything loomed in. I'm going to get two purple bands. We're going to tie this off. Dig down under here, put your purple bands on, twist your hook so that the back side of the hook is going where the bands are so that you don't snag any. And I'm going to pull it across this side so it's between these two knobbly bits. put the ends of my bands back on my hook and lift and pull that off like that. Okay, now I'm going to grab my metal crochet hook that doesn't have the cushioning, and I'm going to gently ease this off my loom. There are lots of bands on here. You don't want to just rip it and end up with it all broken. Gently does it. The one with the fins on is really tight. Okay. Get our loom out of the way. We're going to push our eyes through so that we've got our little eyes coming out. Like so. The snout is there. Where's the other side of the... oh, there we are. I don't want that. Because they're jelly bands, they become loose quite easily. Curl his tail up a little bit. Now, if you needed to, you can just pretty this up by pulling it out. His fins are either side. All we need to do is tie this off. Now, some of you might, instead of tying it off, want to attach a keychain to it. That's fine too. If you don't want to put a keychain on it, what I recommend is digging down under here and hiding them. And you're just going to kind of discreetly pull these bands through and hide them within the actual figure. And you might also want to put an S clip or a Q clip or a C clip. Completely depends on you and how secure you feel it is. Jelly bands can be a bit insecure, so you might want to just find an S clip if this gives you a bit of peace of mind, and link that on. Like so, and then you can just hide that under here somewhere. Maybe dig down. This is all a bit unusual for me because I tend to do keychains. My little girl likes to have them on her backpacks. Come here, you slippery little sucker. There we go. So perhaps you might want to do something like that. But anyway, there is our little seahorse. All you need to really do is put some eyes on him. I use a Sharpie and I just do the little pupils, one, and then on the other side, two. There we go. I hope yours turns out well. I really look forward to seeing them. I love it, absolutely love it when you post me pictures on the Facebook page and I can see how yours have turned out or how you've done different colour choices and everything. So please keep doing that. It's really good fun to see it all. Good luck with it.